Pros. Just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
Lovely stuff.
Hey, lovely, lovely.
I tell you what, though, folks, that's bloody nice. That is bloody lovely.
Lovely Holland.
Lovely touch.
Lovely Holland.
Lovely touch.
Hello, and you're very welcome to another episode of
the Lovely Show.
Program. How are you?
You're freestyling there. Right, I'm going to do that next week.
Remix 2026. I'm going to add program to the end of the
The
song.
even lovelier show.
I'm like Taylor Swift, re-releasing her own tracks.
The Lovely Show version.
Coming up on the show.
Yes, here we go. We're straight back in.
Hit the song. Fuel prices continue to rise as government announced they will be offering consumers the steam of their piss. Welcome news there. We're going to be discussing Chappell Roan,
Oh, yeah.
a father-son team banned from donating sperm, and Gen Z women are dating millennials.
Oh.
We're going to get deep bubbles deep into that story. First off, Justine, how are you on this fine day?
I am cold. It's
Chilly.
nippy out.
It's nippy.
And you know what?
I'm wearing 2 bras.
I'm jealous. I don't even need to wear one. Rub it in my face, why don't you?
Where do you get your bras from? Build-A-Bear.
Do you know where? What the hell is the name of the company? Kevin. All right, if you want to know, I have to ship them in from abroad to get a size small enough.
First of all, don't call women broads. I gotta ship them in
This
from abroad.
It's broad.
I got a Taiwanese broad that sends me them.
It's a company called Pepper, for anyone out there who might want to find it. And they do smaller cup sizes. I'm an AA.
You're an AA. You're like a road watch job. If you see Justine on the side of the road, you can ring for a bra.
Or 12-step program to finding a bra that fits.
Wow, so you get special little booby bras.
You know what's even sadder? They won't ship it to Ireland. I have to ship it to my brother who lives in Manchester.
And then he has to
And
explain
then
that to
he
his
has-
wife.
Yeah. So I can explain
Why are you
this
buying bras for
for
young
a child?
girls?
Clearly this size is for a small
You're
child.
buying confirmation bras.
Yeah, it's a whole ordeal.
Wow.
But there you go.
What?
That's the life I
I have
live.
to buy special underpants for massive lads.
Did you ever hear that? Oh my God, it was like someone talking about a cheating, how like the lies their fellas told them to cover up their cheating. And basically this girl was going through, her fella had been on a trip and came home and she opened a suitcase and there was a bra in it. And she's like, explain this. And he goes, well, you know, like I used to be really overweight and I used to have to wear that and I keep it as a reminder of how much weight I lost.
Now, if you were tasked with coming up with a lie very, very quickly, I don't think I would go for
Now it's
I
weirder.
used to have boobs myself and that's my bra and I bring the bra with me, especially on holidays with, I assume, other lads maybe, to remind myself of my past so I don't go back to the way
Yeah.
things were.
I'm like, you know what? I would have rather you just told me you were cheating because this just got even
That's
weirder.
worse.
That's so
I mean,
much
would
worse.
you believe a man if he said, yeah, I bought it for you. It's a present bra.
Here's the thing. Clearly the bra was very obviously a different size to what the woman
I
would have
guessed. Look at. I didn't know. I went in. I just went honk, honk to the bra saleswoman.
Say
and
no
said,
more.
They're about, how big are your bras from a scale to honk, honk to auga? Oh, I'd say a honk, honk. And a small honk. If you were a cartoon wolf and you saw this bra, how far would your eyes
Jeez.
pop out?
Would they turn into love hearts? Are they going
Would
that
they turn
far?
into love hearts?
Or would they just pop out?
Would you believe a lad if he said, I bought the bra for you. Like how ratty do bras get?
It also wasn't like if you're saying, "Oh, you bought a bra," it would have been packaged or still in its, with the hanger on.
I
it.
was excited. I was excited, and I opened up the present before I gave them to you.
It was clearly a worn bra, is the thing.
Yeah, you
They
could tell.
get ratty and bald.
They get
like,
ratty.
They do.
Do they get sweaty?
Oh, they would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor excuse.
Terrible.
Can you think? Is there any? I love these stories. Any other?
I
stories?
that was the only one I saw, but I can't. I don't know any other ones off the top of my head. I don't need them. I don't remember them because I'm like, it's never going to be a scenario I'll be in.
There you go. So, so did that woman he slept with just throw her bra?
This is the thing. Did she put in there as a little surprise?
That's sabotage.
Or was that her being like, she realised that this guy clearly had a girlfriend, was like, I'm going to send her a warning? Because I've seen that as well, that girls do this, that a girl went home with a guy and around his house realised there was so much skincare and things that was like, clearly he lives with a woman.
This man is a homosexual.
She took off one of her rings. She took off one of her earrings and left it in the sink, like behind the tap, so that girl would know your fella's fucking cheating. I like that.
See, I don't think bras are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, depending on where you're buying them.
I don't think a woman
when you have to ship them in from abroad, the price goes up. I'll say that much.
The excise duty. I don't think a woman. Are you paying a bra tariff? I meant to say it in an American accent and I messed up the is.
Surely,
I want a bra tariff.
Surely, because it's smaller, it should be cheaper. But no,
I don't think it relates to like how much water they could carry. Like a fuel tank. I don't think it's like how much fuel are you bringing in. I see bras are pretty expensive. I don't see any of my female friends who would risk throwing away a perfectly good bra.
I hear you.
Just to make a point.
Yeah. So it clearly was one that was like, this is on the way out anyway.
I think he probably packed in a hurry, picked up all the shite off the ground, including the woman's discarded brassiere.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to hear more of those cheating stories.
Yeah.
If anyone has any good cheating stories, send them in.
The excuses, would you fuck off?
Did you see the crack with Chappell Roan?
It's pretty wild.
Pretty wild,
the reaction to it, in my opinion.
Do you want to break down the story or will I?
I'm not sure I know the full ins and outs.
So what I heard now.
Go on.
What I heard now was she was in Brazil doing one of her concerts.
Yeah.
And she was having breakfast at the hotel the next morning. There was a footballer's stepdaughter, a Brazilian footballer's stepdaughter.
Also Jude Law's daughter.
Also Jude Law's biological daughter.
Okay.
Now Jude Law was a love rat,
we've discussed this, yes.
But now, I don't know, you could argue he's just a love man. I think it's not good to dehumanise people.
No.
So the 11-year-old child saw Chappell Roan, apparently, and apparently went up to say hello.
You know that clip? No. Just a little kid.
Oh, little kid too. Apparently,
I've never...
So apparently, she went up to say hello to Chappell Roan, and then one of her security team apparently hooshed her away, and
there's outrage.
Said, "Don't be talking to Chappell Roan when she's having
that.
her eggs Benedict in the morning." She was probably having a massive fry. Didn't want to be bothered.
Doesn't want to be.
She's probably down to that last bite of the fry where you combine all of the meats and eggs and into one little delicious
mouthful.
Bite.
It's glorious.
The child was very upset. The footballer got wind. What the fuck? Who's fucking shouting at you? Chappell Roan's banter. Went online. Chappell Roan recorded a message from her bed, halfway lying down, saying like, "That wasn't my fella. I don't remember this incident at all."
Okay.
Complete denied everything.
Right.
And people are mad about Chappell Roan.
No.
So it's hard to know who do you believe in this?
Here's the thing.
Do you believe the bouncer, the child, or Chappell?
I'll tell you what I find interesting about this, beyond anything else. This wouldn't even fucking be a news storyline if it wasn't for the fact it's a celebrity's child.
Ooh.
That's what pisses me off the most. As if, do I deserve special attention? I think it's wrong. And then I did see later in the week that Lewis Capaldi posed with said child.
God.
I'm like, dude!
That was the other thing. I think possibly on the same day, the upset child ran into a lovely warm Scottish man called Lewis Capaldi. And Lewis Capaldi was very nice and had a big hug and a photograph with her.
Yeah, and here's my next question then. Who the fuck are you a fan of? Do you like Lewis? Do you like Chappell? Are you
Pick a
just
lane.
doing the rounds?
You're just doing the rounds.
Just doing the rounds, and you're used to not getting any
If you saw Linda
stops.
Martin, would you be
Would you
going up
be
to her?
all over you know?
Linda.
Yeah.
I think, you're right. It's a good message to celebrities that if you are approached by a child, make sure that their parents are not famous if you're going to abuse that child.
You need to think this through.
Yes. Find out, have they got famous parents? If don't, go abuse them to
Do
your
what
heart's
you need to
content.
do.
Shout in their face.
Yeah.
Throw a cup of coffee over their head.
If they're any kind of nepo baby, you may
Mind yourself.
take the photo, give the autograph.
Um,
I think it's nonsense. Chappell is also known and always has been for like stopping paparazzi, getting her team to like stop them as well as much as she can. And she's had statements before about like we've lost our minds with celebrity culture. It's like a fucking cult or like a religion, and it's wrong. And I want to still have some semblance of a normal life. I'm fully on board with that. And the thing that I don't think it's nice. Obviously, a child. I don't know what exactly the bouncer did. Maybe he could have been sounder about it, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's only a child. God love the child. But like, good Lord, I think there's just been too much of we go into situations expecting to be given this like
first of all,
treatment.
she claims that's not my bouncer.
Yeah, that's a weird
So
thing
is
to
this
do.
just like a sort of a renegade bouncer
Yeah.
who's just like, there's Chappell Roan being annoyed by an 11-year-old
I know,
child. I'm going to
yeah.
take it upon myself.
Throws on his cape.
Yeah, a Batman bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you if 11-year-old children come up to you to say, Justine, I love your old man character. Can I have a photo, Justine?
I'd be kind of shocked and say, I'm not sure you should be watching that. I don't think that's good for your brain, if I'm honest with you. But of course, Jesus, yeah, take a photo.
I think you're very good with and children annoying you.
Oh, like, I mean, I was out for dinner there at the weekend and some people came up looking for a photo and, oh God, no bother at all. I'm just always surprised. Normally, I sometimes forget that people actually would watch it and that I do. So normally when someone
I'm
approaches
shocked.
me, right, me too. But normally I think, oh God, someone's coming over to start a fight or like I've done something wrong.
So you're saying 11-year-old girl comes up to you, you've got your fist cocked, you're ready to plant one on her.
I mean, there's no point. An 11-year-old could take me. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But I just often think, oh God, I've done something wrong. Someone is coming over to give out to me because I'm not meant to be sitting here. And then there are lovely people that are like, I love what you do. I'm like, oh wow, that's mad. This has gone far better than I would have anticipated.
Well, we wish Chappell Roan all the best in recovery.
Yeah.
And I said it before and I'll say it again, the world needs less Chappell Roan, more Chappell
Chappell
Roan.
Roan. Yeah.
Thank
Those t-shirts will get made sometime.
Somebody's going to do it for us and then steal all our cash.
Yeah. No. We got to get in there.
Lovely stuff.
This show is part of HeadStuff Podcasts. Here's another show you might like.
Hello, we're Kevin and Jason from Shy Talk History, and we're back with a new season.
This season we'll be tackling big topics like St. Patrick the Snake Man, George Best, the Barcelona Football Club, the census of 1926, and 1916, 110 years on.
So Shy Talk History every Tuesday on headstuffpodcast.com.
I saw another interesting story I thought you might enjoy. Father and son. I feel like fathers and sons with technology nowadays, fathers and sons are less connected than they should be or used to be anyway. The days where you'd bring your young lad fishing or maybe throwing out a ball around are gone. And here we have two father and son who love hanging out together and are basically banned from doing so.
Yeah.
Father and son allegedly banned from donating sperm after fathering hundreds of children. Quebec, Canada.
Right, okay.
Father and son were banned from donating sperm after the pair allegedly fathered over 600 children total, which experts say could pose risk to the children and their families.
Yeah, obviously. Good Jesus. But see, there's so many fucking questions here. Hang on, go on.
So they allegedly fathered 450 and 160 children each, although the lawsuit did not specify which man fathered more. Do you reckon it was the father or the son?
Competition, clearly.
Well, it's one-sided. It's a one-horse race here. 450 versus 160. Need to up them numbers, buddy. I'd say the father probably has the majority of them.
I don't know, because you think about as you get older, sperm count reduces. That's my
And the son's probably putting in more hours. 3 or 4 times a day, probably.
I think it's all sick. And I think I know I've watched documentaries about this a long time ago, but like, there's huge issues here in that the donor clinic should not allow that many
Yes.
sperm to be, that's also at fault here entirely.
So the lawsuit was reportedly filed by a woman who had 3 children using sperm from one of the men and a 4th with sperm from the other.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
She accused the pair of breaking an agreement in which they could father no more than 25 and 10 children each. 25 and 10. How does that work? One of them gets more. The lads, the 2 bucks, denied donating sperm after a certain amount of children.
2 wankers.
It's just another episode of Wanker News. So I suppose they're that's nearly Genghis Khan numbers, really,
But
isn't it?
this is the shit. I watched a documentary about this before, and the lad doing it wanted to be known as like, I'm making my own like army of fucking,
Young lads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck are we doing? This is sick.
I mean, it's very arrogant to think that you've got the best sperm. And
and like I'm gonna have my own like family, like cult essentially.
what if they all land in looking for money then at the end of it?
That's number 1. And 2, what if they're all out in a nightclub in town at the weekend and end up getting with their sister?
And biologically, Justine, you are attracted to people.
You've told me this
You're
before.
attracted to people who look similar to you. Because your DNA wants to flourish and to go on to the next generation. So you're biologically attracted to people who do look like you so that you feel like, your DNA will survive. So you're literally attracted to your cousins. So you could be in a nightclub.
This whole you scenario here, I'm not enjoying. It's like I'm
not the queen, Justine. I'm not going to say one could be in a nightclub and find themselves dancing up against some lad who's from the same ball bag.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
No, it's deranged. It's sick that it got that far. I think the clinic is hugely at fault and pay those poor mothers.
There's a little country, I want to say Iceland.
Oh yeah.
And they have special apps because they have such a tight little community. They have special apps so that you make sure you don't match with your
related.
cousin.
Yeah.
Imagine the disappointment and shame in like going on a date with somebody and you're like, oh my God,
this is going
so well. Let's just do the old app to make sure, oh, that's my cousin Johnny.
But you wonder, do some of them end up not doing it because it's going so well?
Where you just don't, you'd rather not know.
No.
Schrodinger's sperm.
Thanks. No thanks. That's not worth it. None of that. I meant to say to you now, I finally watched all the Manosphere, and I'm not going to get into it. We're not getting back into it. But the only thing I will say is you pick any one of those people that Louis spoke to in that documentary.
Yeah.
Put their face on the packet of cigarettes, because truly that is the biggest warning to not smoke in the off chance you get stuck with this fucking wanker in a smoking area. That would deter me from ever picking up a cigarette, to get stuck talking to one of those pricks.
I thought you were going to say as more of you'd put it on like
condoms.
On condoms.
Yeah, I did. That's the other one I was thinking as well.
Or if the Catholic Church put it out as, stop having sex.
Mm-hmm. Or you could
stop having unprotected sex because you could have sex with this man.
This man, yeah. Yeah. So there's multiple ways you could use their images, actually.
Well, you've brought me nicely on to my next news story. Why Gen Z women are opting to date millennial men.
Go on.
Have you heard about this?
I mean, go back through history and you will see that, unfortunately, often older men are getting with younger women.
Now, throughout history, Justine, though, a lot of that was due to... throughout history, the older men would have more money, or they're sort of set up. They've been working for an extra 10 or 15 years. So they have something to offer financially.
Yes.
But not millennial men, because we own nothing. We have no houses. Our wages haven't increased in 15 years. But what's attracting Gen Z women to millennial men is that they haven't taken the red pill. There's less of them have been taken in by the manosphere.
Yeah.
There was a study done recently which said that where they interviewed Gen Z lads, and a higher percentage of Gen Z lads think that a woman's place is in the home and to be subservient than boomers.
Oh my God.
So like their granddads are more evolved than them.
Well, there's another interesting thing on that is that Gen Z is the first generation in history to have a lower IQ than the generation before them.
That's fucking
First
interesting.
time in
man.
history that's happened.
Wow.
They have lower IQs.
They also, I feel like millennials are it's like the only sweet spot where we could fully use a computer.
Yes.
Because like, do you remember?
You had a computer room. Do you remember that?
We had a computer room.
A room for the computer.
Yeah, like we had a computer room in our national school. So when we were like 11, we could all use a computer really well. And we would always help our parents and our grandparents set up their email account, run McAfee virus control. And if we put a funny picture on the desktop, it was there forever because nobody knew how to get it off. So we use computers. Our parents were not really, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then the next generation, Gen Z, they don't use computers at all. They use their phone.
It's the
So we're the only generation that can really attach a PDF.
That's, being able to do that, attach a PDF, really attractive now, clearly.
Yeah.
If Gen Zers are like, okay, give me a bit of that.
He doesn't have a house, but he's not a
He can
wanker.
do an Excel spreadsheet.
He can do a spreadsheet.
He can plan out our
For
dates
how much
on
money
it.
we don't have. Wild stuff, though.
But that's the thing. It's like Gen Z, I've seen a lot of TikToks recently where Gen Z are saying, you know what, guys, millennials are pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
The weird thing as well.
We all look younger than Gen Zers as well. This is a comment that I'm seeing constantly online.
Nah.
I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
They're mad about
skincare, but I
them.
think that's the problem. I think you start into that thing way too young. There's like people in their, like turning 20 getting Botox. People late 19, like teenagers getting Botox. That's, your skin is too young. It doesn't need that.
That shit is crazy.
You're just aging your skin so quickly. And there's a lot of people that say it and pointed out examples. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm all right just moisturising.
Yeah, I'm not into lux maxing at all.
No.
I'm lux minimum.
That's my thing now altogether. Leave the rest of them to it. I'm all right.
The funny thing about, the phrase, the red pill.
Yeah.
So the red pill comes from the Matrix.
Yes.
So like their whole ideology is based on a film. Their whole sort of manosphere, misogynistic ideology is based on a film that was directed by 2 trans women. Isn't that wild?
Incredible.
It's crazy shit.
The other film, it's more incel, but I think Manosphere is just a cousin of an incel, really. They're not really that removed at all.
They can't have sex.
They can't, yeah. But they're obsessed with the film Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their big thing.
To be honest, I was obsessed with Drive
pretty
as
cool
well.
film. I want the
Fucking love
jacket.
Drive.
I want the jacket.
Why Drive?
They use it as reference points to describe, the lead is kind of like a Chad.
He's stoic.
The terms they use for like a Chad is a guy who can get anyone, and that's a Chad. And then he winds up with a Stacey, and that's to refer to like the terminology they have to describe different types of women. A Brittany and a Stacey are the 2 that they use. Brittany is like a girl who can get anyone, and a Stacey is not. It's all fucking deranged
I'm kind of
shit.
surprised by that because in the film, he's kind of like a weird, like he looks amazing, but he is kind of a weird
but that's
weird
their whole
loser.
point. They're like, this guy gives up everything for this woman and only for her to then not want him at the end. And like, what do you have to do as a guy? This guy sacrificed everything, and that's their whole.
Because it's a fantasy film.
It's not real.
The funniest thing about Drive is the jacket. You know the way like costumes. Have you ever bought something from a film? As in like a piece of clothing that you saw in a film?
No, like I have a Grease Pink Lady jacket, but that's because I was in the musical, so
That's different.
that's different.
The thing about like costumes in films, they look so cool because you've got
they're lit by 4 fucking lights.
The lighting is beautiful.
Yeah.
Cinematography is amazing. The camera just everything looks
Filter,
good on
yeah.
this camera. But then you buy the item of clothing and it just looks fucking shit.
It's sad.
I remember seeing a load of lads at festivals after Drive came out wearing the Drive
Oh,
jacket.
it's grim.
And you can't.
No, it's
Everybody was laughing at these lads. But Ryan Gosling looks amazing in it. It's
Yeah.
the coolest jacket in the world
Yeah.
until you take it out of the film and
Yeah.
put it on an actual human outside.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I bought remember the jacket Brad Pitt wears in Fight Club?
Oh yeah.
I was obsessed with that. And I scoured the world for it. Eventually got something quite similar.
Oof.
Looked like shite.
Yeah.
Looked like shite.
Did you pay a lot for it?
I probably paid about €70 or $70 at the time, which was a lot at the time. At the time, that was the most money I'd ever spent on anything.
Oh, speaking of spending money, I'm going to tell you a little bit.
Gotta say, the segues today
We
are
are
fucking beautiful.
Hopping off here now.
Smooth like chocolate.
We could put the B in subtle with our segues. I was involved in I'm going to say Revolut scandal, but I wasn't at all, actually. So basically...
Way to make the story sound interesting and then like remove all interesting bits from it.
If you thought that it was going anywhere, you're going to be really disappointed by how shit this story actually is. But anyway, I have to tell it because it might help someone else in the future. Basically, I owed a friend of a friend €35. And
a friend of a friend?
A friend of a friend, because I was buying something off her. And the friend
Drugs?
was like, a ticket to a concert, okay? But my friend gave me her Revolut tag. I said, "Grand, I'll send that over." And the name, the first name came up the same, but it was a different surname. I was like, well, she is married. That must be the fella, the surname, So I was like, "Grand, I'll send that over." And a week passed anyway, and then I went to the concert and met my friend, and I was like, did she ever get that money, by the way? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, just the surname didn't seem right. And I was like, maybe that's the husband's name. She's like, no, she never changed her name. And I went into it. I just sent a random woman €35 a week previous. And I was like, for fuck's sake. But then my friend was like, request that back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right, okay. I was like, a week has gone by though, and she's gladly taken it and said nothing, right? So I sent back a request for €35 and I said, come here, I sent this by accident to the wrong account. The response came back in French. I was like, right, I've managed to send a French woman €35. Incredible. But the response was in French, and it was like, je ne dois pas d'argent. And I was like, she was basically saying, I don't owe you any money. And blocked me.
Whoa.
Blocked me. And I was like, I'll send another message. And my friend was like, you can't send another message. She's blocked you. I'm like, you are having a laugh. This woman took the money and run. Now, only for my friend's quick thinking. My friend found her account, sent her 1 cent. And sent her a message saying, you're a bad person. My friend made a mistake.
Did she say it in French?
No.
What's
said
that?
it in English.
What's that in French?
Vous êtes un personne mauvais.
No bon.
No bon.
No bon. No bueno.
No bueno. But then, a couple hours later, I got unblocked. And this woman sent a message saying, why did you send me money? I'm like, for fuck's sake. Look, read above, didn't I tell you? But I was like, no, don't get angry. I was like, I meant to send, I got the wrong Revolut tag and I sent this money to you by accident. She sent it back. But the cheek to block me and take it and run initially. And then to block, I could never have contacted her.
Do you think she got afraid? She was like, this is a scam, I better get out of this.
I'll tell you why, because I found her, like, the full name and I followed every single one of them on Instagram. So maybe me and my friend were surmising, did she get spooked when she saw my following?
Yeah.
Or was it my friend's message or a combo of the two?
Wow.
But either way, I got the money back.
Well, it was a happy ending.
It was a happy ending, but Jesus, for a while there, it was touch and go.
For a while, you were very anti-French.
But here's the thing, if you got sent money accidentally, what would you do? Like, say fucking €50 just came into my account from a tag I don't know. What would I do? Would I just hit accept? I don't think I would.
You're so serious.
I know.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would, Kevin. I'm not lying to you. I don't think I would. I'd be confused and maybe suspicious.
Yeah.
And
they could be money laundering. What's going on?
Well, you know that phrase, like, if you stare into the abyss also stares back at you. I would be afraid.
Are you watching the TV or is the TV watching
there
you?
You go. I'd be afraid if I took €50 off this stranger, it was going to start something weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would just shoot it back.
Yeah.
Don't know you, man.
Do you know what I mean? So for someone to just take the money.
Justine Stafford.
Justine.
It sounds like a perfectly good French name. Is that a French name? Stafford.
Justine is Stafford, no.
Stafford.
It's Norman. I think it's
Normans are
definitely
French,
English,
though.
Oh, that's interesting. Definitely the Normans brought it here, but they might brought it from England because it's definitely an English name.
Picked it up on the way in Holyhead, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
The way over. Happy enough ending to that scam story.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be going on to Joe Duffy now with that story.
No, but all I'm saying is if that happens to it, just use your friend's account to Revolut 1 cent.
1 cent and send them abusive message.
That's the way to do it.
So you abuse this person into basically growing a conscience.
Sometimes people need that, apparently.
Lovely stuff.
I came across, we were doing some bad Limerick poetry in
the
last episode. I came across the worst poet in the English language,
Okay.
and he's got Irish roots.
Okay.
His name is William McGonagall.
Okay.
Which is a
This
great
rings
name.
A bell.
So he was a Scottish poet, but it's believed that he's actually born in Ireland. He will gain notoriety as an exceptionally poor poet, also called a poetaster, a poetaster, Poetas.
Like a disaster, but a potaster.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Check out the big brain on Brad. He exhibited no recognition or concern for his peers' opinions of his work. He wrote about 200 poems, including The Tay Bridge Disaster and the famous Tay Whale. Widely regarded as some of the worst in English literature. Groups throughout Scotland engaged him to give recitations from his work. And he would do...
So these people are kind of sneering at him, bullying him, like, "Oh, come down tomorrow."
Yeah, kind of, definitely
recital.
sneer watching, definitely sneer watching. So he's so bad. When he performed in public, he carried an umbrella for protection as people pelted him with eggs, flour, and rotten fish.
Oh, stop. Jesus. God, he suffered for his art.
So one of his worst poems apparently is based on the Tay Bridge disaster. This was an 1880 lament about Tay Bridge, which was near Dundee. It collapsed during a very bad wind.
Oh, Jesus.
As a train was passing over it.
Christ.
It began. So he seems to have no grasp of poetry other than it's supposed to rhyme.
Right, okay.
Beautiful railway bridge of the silvery Tay. Alas, I am very sorry to say that 90 lives have been taken away on the last Sabbath day of 1879, which will be remembered for a very long time. Modern sources give the death toll as 75. It finishes, I must now conclude my lay by telling the world fearlessly without the least dismay that your central girders would not have given way, at least many sensible men do say, had they been supported on each side with buttresses. Such a poetic word, buttresses. At least many sensible men confesses, for the stronger we our houses do build, the less chance we have of being killed. There's something beautiful about this man.
I agree. I
just
really
like
do.
shitting out 200 poems, and everyone's like, "These are terrible," and he's just not
I'm
listening.
gonna keep going. I'll hit gold someday.
He reminds me,
It's very like a child writing a poem. I've got the rhyme structure,
but there is no rhyme structure.
It's just
The
every
rhyme
single-
structure is A B B C C. That's a terrible rhyme structure. There was a lad up our way who was, he's dead now, so we can talk about him. But he was kind of a strange man who, he kind of did everything. I'm not sure if I talked about him before. He considered himself a poet, a boxer, quite religious, a landlord, and an artist. And he had written loads of poems and recorded tapes of his poems. And I've read some of them. Like one of them was about like a lovely girl who works in Bank of Ireland.
Amazing.
And
amazing.
I wish I could fucking remember it. But it was a lament of this beautiful girl who worked in the bank in Killeshandra or somewhere. Jesus. And it ends with her going off to a different bank.
She went to AIB.
It ends literally in the word AIB.
Oh my God.
But he was an interesting sort of chap. And
did he paint by any chance?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I remember he did think a lot of himself, and he sent off to China. He sent photographs of his face to China to get a sculpture made.
Okay.
And it came back and it looked Chinese.
Okay.
So it was his face, just with
and what was the plan
Chinese
for that?
look.
Just to sit in the gaff?
Have it in the gaff. But it was so heavy it fell through the floor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I do love bad poems.
Yeah,
bad poetry.
I remember in school, as you know, I was such a nerd, and we had a competition in English class. You had to write a poem about Halloween.
Yes.
And I took this shit so seriously because we were told there was a prize.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is getting real now. So
Justine gets excited.
I got my poem in anyway, I wrote it, and I came second. there was no prize for second, right? But you know what the biggest turn in the whole story was? Again, I'm building this up to nothing, but anyway, I was in second year in secondary school. In sixth year, on the last day of school, guy in my English class who had won came up to me and was like, Justine, I just want you to know I never forgave myself that I won that competition because I Googled it and ripped it off the internet. And he was like, and I knew how much it meant to you. And he was like, but if it's any consolation to you, and this is karma, he was like, it was a €20 lifestyle sport voucher and I never got it. The teacher kept saying, I'll bring it in next week, and never did. So he's like, look, I never actually won it.
Meanwhile, the teacher has a lovely new Umbro top the next day. I remember I had a poem. Do you remember there was a string of like Dublin poets? Dublin poets, spoken word. Yeah. And when you're starting off, like you could be doing a mixed gig where you're the comedian, there's a poet and then a singer and then a band at the end or something. So when you're starting off, you're doing lots of these kind of mixed gigs. So I saw a lot of these guys. And I remember Emma Kerwin was doing a lot of them as well. But I had written one because I was gigging with them and I was like, I'm going to write a Dublin poem. And I went a little something like this. I swap a smoke for a yoke off a bloke who's awoke from a stroke from bad coke. Could have choked, could have croaked. And now his cloak is all soaked with the tears of the Liffey. Oh. I wobble stoned up the cobblestones, which is just a great rhyme. I wobble stoned up the cobblestones and I think to myself, this stroll lifts my soul. It could only be improved by a few sausage rolls. But a life in the dole is taking its toll, like a mole in a hole, like a criminal on parole. Like a stripper named Nicole swinging around a grease pole because her only goal is to find a course to enroll. But now she's lost all control. Beyond all console, the safety's off this pistol. That's gun in Espanol. Thank you.
Oh my God.
That was my Dublin Street poem.
And were they shaking in their boots?
They were annoyed at me.
I'd say, did you go on first or after them? Like,
I think I was on like in the middle.
Tough act to follow there. And they thought you were taking the piss out of them?
Yeah, pretty much. They were a bit annoyed.
Did you have to bring an umbrella to
catch all the rotting fish pelted at my head? Yeah, I did. I know one of them was a friend of mine, and he could see the funny side.
That's good. That's good. But like, even I think back to school,
he was a good poet though.
Okay. Yeah. When I think back to school, even we used to write. We told to write short stories, and one of our first big ones. And they made this point of, we're going to publish these books. He's right, like put them onto proper paper, and it'll be bound for you. And the tip we were always
sounds like a scam. Just tell you bring in €50 and you get published in a book.
But the one tip we were given is like, you need to draw them in with the first line. The first line is key. Bear in mind, I am 9 years old writing this thing, and I still write. I just had this flashback the other night of it, and I burst out laughing, thinking, what the fuck was I on about? The first line that I thought, this will grip people. First line in my book was, will this suffering ever end?
Oh my God. Will this suffering ever end? Sorry, is this a poem written in 1919 during the Great War? No, it was written in Nobber in 2004.
And the rest of the story is just that I'm fishing and the fish won't go onto the line. And I'm like, what? Okay, huge jump from will this suffering ever end to I'm just fishing at the lake.
So Justine, is the fishing a metaphor for something? Huh? Is the fishing a metaphor for something, or maybe a goal you wish to achieve? Huh? No, it's about fishing, ma'am. Will this suffering never end? Will my hook forever dangle? Will my worm forever wiggle upon this bubbling brook in Nobber?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot
My
of
Search for
questions.
Perch by Justine Stafford.
Justine, we're actually not going to get yours bound. We made the decision as a school.
What happened was I was carrying it past a big fire and yours fell in.
Could have been anyone's.
The Search for Perch will not make it into the school book, I'm afraid.
It could have been anyone's book that fell in, Justine. It's just bad luck, I'm afraid.
I think I talked about this before. I remember my junior cert mock. I wrote a story about like driving a plane into the White House. Like, I feel like you'd be arrested.
Oh, totally. But I'm wondering, do all those files exist somewhere. Like all those pages, or are they burned
I'd say they're destroyed or mulched.
I'd love to go and look at them now. Love that.
I'd love to have a look through my old leaving cert.
I would. I really would.
I'd love to peruse my mock exam from the junior cert. See what happened.
What went wrong? I mean, oh God, look, I'm a loser. I got 510 in the mocks. And again,
I got 600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did well.
I got 150 the first time.
Fucking hell.
I got 200 the second time. And I think I got 200. So it's about 5. Was that 550?
5, yeah.
So
You add them
550
up, that's how
total.
you do it. Yeah. But I remember,
Not too shabby. Could have been a doctor.
There you go. Pretty sweet. Because I remember afterwards the principal called me into the office and like it was a big deal. Did you be called in? And I was like, Justine, the fucking swat. What the hell did she do wrong?
She's like, oh, guys, I must be in serious trouble.
Oh, that's everyone's like, there's no possible way. But the teacher was like, Justine, I'm worried about you. I was a mess.
You're what we call, oh God, how do I put this? Like a notorious nerd.
A loser. Has been thrown around.
The term loser is used too often. I find out that. But you, Justine, are a loser, and I want to bully you, even though my job is to protect you.
Yeah. But no, he was like, I think you need to take some time off school.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Justine.
yeah. He was like, have you ever been to Dundrum? Have you ever had tapas? There's a new shopping centre up there. You should get tapas. Go away now and get tapas. He was obsessed with tapas. I don't know if he's getting money on commission for it or what. But
They're tiny Spanish foods. But if you have enough of them, they're like a big dinner.
the concept is maybe mind-blowing in one sense, but once you get your head around it, it's very picky bits, one might say.
The first dish arrives and you're like, I'm sorry, this is very small. They're like, yes, I know, but there will be more plates. Oh, right, okay. Justine, would you like to go on a date with me to a Spanish restaurant?
No, it was not like that at all. It was just like I was mentally very, very bad during that time.
Wow.
So I collapsed at one point and stuff. So it was a bad time in my life.
My God.
I was in hospital for a bit before the leaving cert. So you know what? Maybe I should have got the tapas.
I was the opposite. My national school teacher when I was leaving said, Kevin, you have a habit of you're quite capable, but you will literally just do the exact bare minimum and then just pull back.
You know what though? I look back at my school years, I wish I'd done that. I fucking wish I did, because I put everything into studying, and for what? And, I look back and I'm like, God, I could have swung on my chair a bit more and put my arm down
slow down, Danny Zuko.
I put my arm down the radiator. Wow. Oh, I could have been something.
Could have been a messer.
I
could have been a messer instead of a swat, which is what I am. It was you. It was you, Charlie.
If I'd have just got that tapas, everything could have been different.
You could have been a wild Spanish flame.
There you go. My friend was telling me about teaching now at the minute, like secondary school. It's crazy how different it is. Like,
why?
Well, one thing that they see often is the first years don't know how to read a clock because everything is digital.
Wow.
Because do you remember in primary school, we would have had the big clock out.
The big clock's when the first thing you do.
Big clock out.
What time is it?
You tell me where that big hand is.
Yeah.
And what does it say? And where's the little hand? Mm-hmm. And what does that mean? But kids, because everything now is digital, that's one thing that they're seeing. A lot of kids aren't able to use a clock.
They probably object to the idea of big hands and little hands. Come on, sir, it's a bit offensive to the little-handed people.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's all digital.
Yeah, no, that is pretty sad. I mean, how do you know when it's time to? Yeah. Do they not? See, I remember most of my school day was spent staring at a fucking clock, willing it to move.
That's the thing. That's what I'm like.
I feel like you'd learn it pretty quickly if you're looking for lunchtime.
All the time, yeah. And I've seen actual videos as well. People talking about it, like just being out in a pub and someone went to them, sorry, do you know how to read the clock? And she was like, yeah. And they're like, see, I told you she could, because these Gen Zers didn't know how, and they were like, she's older than us, she'll know how to.
Damn.
That's mental.
Rotary phones, fax machines, clocks.
What next? What's next to go?
The most trouble I got in national school, I think, was when I hit my friend Darren with a monkey puzzle branch.
Right, a monkey puzzle branch.
The branch of a monkey puzzle. You ever see them, lads?
No.
Oh my God, they look like a medieval weapon.
Okay, and was there damage done?
Oh yeah, he was wearing shorts.
Oh.
So I gave him quite a scrape. Well, look, the statute of limitations is over on that. I can talk
That's-
about it freely.
Yeah, no, you're
It's like
very-
when mob lads set a podcast. They're allowed to talk about all the crimes they did.
Yeah.
I hit Darren Smith with a monkey puzzle branch. In Yonkers. Never walk right since.
I never really did anything that bold now in school, obviously. I remember we all had to paint one day and I did the whole page with black paint, but I had different shades of black on the page. I don't know what the fuck I was
Do
going
sound
for.
depressed.
Yeah. And the teacher gave out shit being like, you have to waste in all the paint. And for what? I'm like, I don't know. I was trying to do something creative.
Do you know what? I mean, if you had done it into a perfect square, it could be a piece of modern art.
But that's what you're
That's
that's
going for?
obviously what I was.
You could have been a Damien Hirst.
Will this suffering ever end?
Will this suffering ever end?
That's the title of this piece.
Sometimes I feel like a worm on a hook. As the older fishes just pass me by. Well, Justine, it's a rather depressing note to end on, but I'm afraid that's all the time we have time for this time.
This is the time.
Get in touch as always on the Lovely Show podcast at gmail.com. You've been lovely
You have been lovely, as ever.
and continue to be so. Keep on shining there, crazy diamonds. We love you.
Good luck.
Wonderful, aren't they? So talented. They'd make you sick.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.